Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you missed our last episode, we kicked off an amazing pond project right here in New Jersey. We started by selecting the perfect rocks, digging out the pond, and laying down the fabric and liner despite the rain and mud. It was a lot of hard work, but the transformation has begun. But we're not done yet. In this episode, we'll finish building the pond, create a stunning waterfall, and add the final touches that will bring this backyard oasis to life. Stick around to see the incredible results. You won't want to miss it. We kicked off day 3 in an unusual but awesome way, celebrating Anthony and Colby's birthdays. The whole team joined in for some fun and relaxation before diving back into the project.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Again, even though I was the first one.
Thanks, man.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
After the celebration, we headed back to the project site. Our first task was to determine the best viewing points for the water feature. This step is crucial for making sure the waterfall and pond look perfect from every angle the homeowner will see daily.
You see where the bucket is? We want to start the BioFalls just beyond that, with it angled like pretty much towards where the doors are. And then really get like a nice pool. When you fall out of the BioFalls, like we want to get sunk down like about the grade that it's at now, but get like a nice pool so we can really bring it around, and then we'll just do it. We'll drop a small one back to the right so we can get another pool fed over here where we can really see like that drop at the top coming at us. You won't see this one as much. I mean, from here you'll see it, but not from in the room. But then we're gonna have another drop coming back this way before we go into the pond. So I think we'll get 4 cascades out of it. Colby's gonna bring some more dirt in, right, to build up this side. Then we can go ahead and drop these big outcroppings on this side. And in the future, if you wanted to even add a patio over here or something, you'll have a nice level spot to do that, which would be a great spot. But as you're going, I want all you guys to come stand back here, like stand in this spot, and then go over by the door, go to that spot before you even set the BioFalls completely, before you set any rocks, so you can really make sure that we're hitting all those marks as we're coming down.
Right.
So you see how important it is. Like if you're standing on top of it, you might not see the angle that you need from back here. So you really have to come back up here and like look at it. If somebody's setting a rock, just look at the placement from where the viewing area is going to be. Because imagine he's going to have a whole grilling area in this area. He's going to have a whole grilling station here. So he's going to be spending quite a bit of time here when he's cooking. And then they're spending a lot of time up on the deck, obviously, and then in that great room. But this is one of the, when Dave and I talked, like this is definitely a very important spot. So we want to make sure that we hit that 100% from here.
Yeah, right.
We discussed and planned the direction of the waterfall and stream, a vital step in creating a successful water feature.
So I think we kind of need to come up with a game plan. I know Dad was saying that he wants to be out of here today. I know that's not going to happen. I think it's pretty clear. It's already almost lunchtime, but we have today and then we have a little bit of tomorrow. So I think today we already set our frame rocks over here for the first waterfall. That's done. Bully and I are just going to wrap up this right here, and then we'll finish up over there. I'm thinking, because we have to do some retaining work over there for all that dirt we brought in.
Yeah, it's just some outcropping boulders.
But I'm thinking, Pops was saying to actually bring the machine up and out this way. So I'm almost wondering if it's going to be more time and just efficient overall. So I already dragged out the plumbing, stretched it out. So I'm thinking, let's get the plumbing in, because the grade isn't even where it has to be over here, so we can already pre-bury it, or like get it ready and then just bury it. And then we could just do this whole edge. I think we should do some of the retaining work and just work our way out of this way and up to the waterfall. Because once I bring the machine back here, I don't want to have to come back down this way, because we have the driveway over here. We can come right back over to the other side and, you know, tidy that up.
What else is there to do once we have the plan set? Start kicking it off, of course. Anthony and Colby took charge for the day, making great progress on the stream and edges while I had to head out for some other commitments. They really nailed it.
I'd say we got a pretty good day.
Yeah.
Considering we got a little bit of a late start. You know, the pond's all washed down, it's cleaned up, the edges are done, aeration's out, we just have to put the disc on. Just about all the lights are in the pond. We've got to do that one. That's shining on the waterfall, and then the waterfall is almost up to the BioFalls. Yeah. So I think we set ourselves up pretty good for Colby and Bully to go home, to come here tomorrow and get a pretty light day out of here without having too much work.
Yeah, they'll have a pretty light day. It's not too much to do. Still got to close that one engine, but other than that, there's not much they have to do in here. Everything's pretty much done for them, so yeah, they got a pretty easy day tomorrow. I'm sure they're happy about that.
Well, I think we're gonna finish wrapping up tonight, and then we'll head out of here, and then these guys will finish up tomorrow.
All right, you got it.
Day 4, the final day of the build. Today, we're sharing some great DIY tips. I'm here to explain how to set the BioFalls properly and how to place the first rock for the waterfall.
We have our 6,000 BioFalls installed. The plumbing's run up to it. Boley actually did the faceplate connection here. This is our snout that does the mechanical connection for the liner. So the liner for the waterfall comes up in front of this BioFalls. We actually make some holes in the liner so these bolts can go through. And then we put silicone on the face of the BioFalls before we kind of sandwich it all together. Now it's nice and watertight, so any water that's underneath it is going to just come up over the top of this and not down behind our liner. Now that that's done, we've got to figure out how to hide this big Mama Luke here, right? So this is a nice big filter, which is great for the pond, but we've got to make it look like it's just kind of welling out of somewhere, having a natural start. One of the ways we do that, first of all, is to turn the BioFalls. So when we set our rock work, it kind of hides it to begin with. Now we've got the set of windows over there coming off the great room. We've got the deck. I want to see this first waterfall. So that means I can't just turn it this way and have a waterfall coming off here because it'll be totally gone. So I'm going to want to frame this out on this side. Now I've got to accomplish a couple things. I want to really get some twisting and turning going on in this stream of waterfall. So this is going to help do that. I've got a rock strapped up. I don't know if it's going to work yet, but we're going to go through it. So this is the rock I chose for a frame rock. Now, if you look over here, we're about 2+ feet just to hide this thing. That's on the edges, and I've got to drop down the middle for the weir. This is plenty big enough. The issue with this one is, Boley, want to pick this up? Now we've got this side here that's got all the lichen on it. Looks beautiful. The problem is it actually slopes away, so that means it's got no meat under here. So if I set this down, it's going to want to tilt forward. Now I can do some gravel work and get it to sit up nice and level, which we might end up doing, but I'm going to see how it looks when I bring it in. Now if I have to, I could turn it around this side. It's going to sit better. This is what I actually might end up using anyway. And then this will go towards the BioFall side. So that means that lip, this area here where it comes up, I want to block this so that I can then get some sort of weir stone behind it that I can have the water falling off of. So that rock might come all the way out into here. I'm going to try it on both sides. Now it's important, if you're going to build your own waterfall, you're using plenty of fabric. So that's what I've got here. This is doubled up fabric on top. underneath this entire thing, we doubled up fabric as well. This way, when I set that big monster boulder in here, it's not gonna give us a problem with the liner. As I come down, I might see that I have to put some gravel underneath it. I'll use some like 3/4 inch river stone just as a leveling base. That's gonna help take some of the pressure off the liner as well, but we'll see how it fits. Bring it in, Boley. Now I'm working with a big rock here. This thing is probably 1,000 pounds. I'm at an arm's distance away from this. I don't want it landing on my feet and smashing my feet. So that's one thing you want to think about. Because when we strap these, we've got to strap it in such a way that we can get the strap back out. That means we're grabbing the very outside edge of these rocks. And if you don't get it to bite just right, they can fall out of the straps. But we kind of know what we're doing here, so I don't expect this to fall out, but you always have to be prepared for that. But I'm gonna look at this just in the air. Now, I can tell you it's not gonna work on the right side because this is so high over here that the edge of the rock is gonna be like this high on this side. That means I've gotta come off with some really big rock work over here to then meet the grade, which drops down drastically. So I'm gonna go on the high side with it because I've already got soil up that high. It won't be hard to make this work. I can actually come in behind it with another rock and kind of bring it off into the distance and make it look like it's a large outcropping. So for me, this is gonna go to the left side if it works here at all. Come back to you. Now, when I'm coming down, I don't want to set right against the BioFalls because it's going to leave me no room to tuck a rock in behind this thing to actually have our spillway. So I'm going to leave it off probably a good 6 to 8 inches, just so that gives me room. I can always do some backfilling with gravel if I need to. And I've got to really keep an eye on my fabric here so that I don't get out in front of it. Now, Boley, let's go this way a little bit. Oh. Now, as he's coming down, I'm guiding the rock, but I don't want to be inside where the loop is, because if this slips off, it'll take my hand with it. So I got to be really careful with this. I'm just going to pull this fabric out and let Boley come down nice and easy. Come down easy, Boley. And we're going to see how it sits. I imagine it's going to probably need some adjustment. I'm hoping it goes back towards the BioFalls when it comes down, and it's not going to. Okay, so come down easy, Boley. Actually, that's not too bad. I like the way it's sitting. I've got plenty of room to come in behind it with something. I might want to come in this way a little bit more because I'm like right at the very edge of the BioFalls. So it's not giving me a whole lot of meat there to hide the thing. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up on the deck and I'm gonna look at the position of the frame rock and then make a decision from there. What I'm trying to do now is envision the other rocks that are gonna go in and around it. And I usually take a second to really like kind of map it out in my head and think about the rocks that I'm looking at that are around the job site to see what would work. I feel like I can make this work. But it does need to come to the right some more just so that it can hide the left side of the BioFalls. So if I come to the right maybe like another 4 inches, I could probably put some gravel under the left and get it propped up so that it's sitting level. And I think I can make that work. And this is like the science of waterfall building. If there is a science, it's really all about the aesthetic and the visual and what your experience level is. I'm gonna take this guy, bring it over a little bit, and I'm gonna get it leveled up. When I say leveled up, I'm looking at the side here and what I want to do with that. Right now it's sloping in. If I pick it up, it's going to get level on the side. So if I want to meet a rock up to it, I can do that. And it just feels like it's leaning to the left to me. So it doesn't have to come up much, just a little bit. I'll chalk it up with some gravel there and then I should be good. Then I can start framing out the rest of it. I'll have to come in probably with something lower here to layer it in. So if I get a rock out in front, then that'll give me the ability to come up behind with something else and give it like that built-in look where this thing kind of fell into place behind some other rocks and giving it more of the naturalistic type feel. Then from there, I'm gonna wanna like keep some pooling area here to really accentuate the outside turns, which means whatever I frame this out with is gonna have to bump out here so water can come out this way, back in here, down those waterfalls into the pond.
You might think it's a complex task, but trust me, once you're in the spot a few times, you'll get the hang of it and find the right positioning.
right, so Bully, what are you working on now? You gonna finish up this edge here? You're gonna beach this out?
Yep.
Okay, so you beach this out, and then we'll fill it up with some gravel, get it all washed down. That's all foamed in place. Are you gonna put any? You need any moss?
Yeah. Yeah. We gotta put some moss in the gaps. Some more.
Okay, so you need some gravel, some moss. I'll help you get some cobbles and some rocks for this. We can move and get this all done quick, and then start mulching around here, taking care of this dirt. We get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Exciting.
And before you know it, the pond is complete. Now it's time for the big reveal. Let's bring the homeowners out to see what we've created.
Oh man, it's crazy. Well, the moment I've been waiting for, right here.
Yep.
Go, plug it in, kiddo.
Doesn't matter where.
Nope.
It's just that really big board.
Yeah, this lights.
Huh?
We're good. Yeah, going in?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Look at this.
When do we get one?
That's the thing that you guys like do so good. You're getting all these different ideas. And
What do you think? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey to create a stunning pond right here in New Jersey. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming projects. See you next time.